the metal reviews.
Yo.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready for your mind to get blown?
Yes, do it.
The new Call of Duty has been revealed, and guess what it's called?
What?
Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Holy shit, what a name. Anyways.
I feel like we've heard this before.
Yeah. This game's being developed by Sledgehammer Games, not Infinity Ward or Treyarch. It's coming out November 4th for PS4, Xbox One, PS3, 360, and PC, not Wii U. Or at least they said it's up in the air, it's uncertain, which I doubt it'll come to Wii U.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because the small amount of sales they'll get really probably won't even matter.
Worth it?
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, this is like I guess a new universe in ways. It's set in 2054. It has Kevin Spacey's in it.
We don't know how he fits in it, but
He seems like
Yeah, I mean, they put a trailer out. We just thought we'd talk about it because I mean, we have been Call of Duty fans. We've played pretty much every Call of Duty.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big thing to talk about. Lots to talk about. So, and disclaimer: we have Battlefield 4 gameplay because it's probably the only thing we have that we could capture that relates to Call of Duty. We don't have Call of Duty.
Precisely.
Sorry.
oh well.
What'd you guys think of the trailer? What's your first impressions of this? I guess.
My first impression of this honestly was kind of like just a I don't know, almost that cliched, stereotypical thing when I hear that there's a Call of Duty trailer out. I don't know. I don't normally get too excited for Call of Duty trailers anymore. But upon further review, it's actually pretty interesting, some of the concepts. They're talking about how democracy is a sham and how people don't want freedom, people want order and stuff like that. And you're following a PMC, a private military contractor, and it appears as though you're fighting Americans in some parts, which is something that's kind of different from what's been done. I mean, you're always playing as the Americans and whatnot. America oorah, it's always an American oorah story. Now it's kind of like maybe more of a look at the darker side of it. The futuristic aspects, I mean, it reminds me a bit of Black Ops 2, but hopefully they put their own spin to some things. The exosuit's really cool, though. I'll admit that. I do like the exosuit. It seems like a weird combination between, like, the suit from Dead Space and, there's in the suit from Crysis and the Crysis games and whatnot. That's what it seems like. But I mean, if they could pull it off, I'll keep my mind open. I'm not going to get my hopes up, but I'll definitely keep my mind open about what this game brings. And I mean, they had stuff where climbing walls. They had like a little tiny like mech suit where you could wield grappling guns, and there's like super jumping. And so far, by what they've shown in the trailer, and it looks like maybe a slightly fresh take on Call of Duty, but then it still looks Call of Duty. So I mean, that's the main reason why I'm not getting my hopes up too high for this.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same opinion as Keith when I saw that there was a new Call of Duty coming out. I was just like, oh, they're still making Call of Duty games. Because yes, they sell, but there really hasn't been, in my opinion, a good Call of Duty release since maybe Black Ops or Black Ops 2. Like he said, the exosuit, the gameplay for that kind of intrigues me. However, I don't think Sledgehammer was really able to kind of push things and innovate things because it is coming to the 360 and PS3.
But it's
Still.
next gen first. It's next gen first.
It is next gen first, but at the same time, because they have to port it to previous gen, I really don't think they could have really pushed graphically or pushed gameplay-wise or world-wise or anything like that. They couldn't really push the tech inside these new systems to their fullest. again, the concept of working for a PMC is intriguing, and it is kind of interesting to possibly see maybe the darker side of war. The trailer itself alludes to some interesting ideas and concepts about how a lot of the forces fighting in conflicts internationally are really not aligned to any one country. They are these private military firms doing a lot of the heavy lifting anymore. So we'll see a lot of that, and possibly even the darker side of it, because there is a lot of crazy shit that happens in some of these companies.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'll probably give it a shot. I am ready. My body is ready to finally be wowed again by a Call of Duty game.
I mean, this trailer was pretty cool, but then it was like, Call of Duty. It was overly macho. It was over the top. It was overly dramatic. But it was cool. I think the whole concept of what they're trying to go for with this story can be very, very cool if they do it right. This game, to me, so far is a lot like Call of Duty Ghost, where when Ghost got revealed, I'm like, wow, this game has a lot of potential to be really good and get Call of Duty back to where it was, but it just kind of fell short. I feel the same way about this game. It has a lot of potential to, have a fresh take on Call of Duty with a completely new studio behind it. Maybe they have fresh minds, fresh ideas, that, stuff that Infinity Ward or Treyarch, wouldn't have thought of, which could be really cool. The game looks a lot like Black Ops, in ways, because it's futuristic. It just has that look, especially when in the trailer they're fighting on the bridge and shit's blowing up. I was like, Black Ops 2. That's pretty much what that looked like. And I mean, it's a pretty game. Hopefully that stuff that they showed off was actual in-game footage, which some of it looked like it really was. So I mean, there is a graphical leap there for Call of Duty, and that's pretty cool. Hopefully, when the actual game comes out, they're able to push it maybe a little bit farther or something. But, I mean, some of the gameplay elements seem pretty cool. I feel that this game is a smash between Black Ops 2, just Black Ops in general, I should say, Crysis, Titanfall, and maybe a little Ghost Recon Future Soldier. So, in the grand scheme of things, this game isn't fully really original or unique, it seems, but for Call of Duty it definitely is. It's unique how it's set a lot farther into the future than most Call of Duty games. It's set farther than Black Ops, right?
Yeah,
Black Ops 2 is 2025.
Okay. So that's pretty cool. So it could be a very good game. I'm hoping that the campaign is a little bit on the lengthy side where Ghost was, because that was one thing about Ghost that was cool. It did have a little bit more lengthier, meatier campaign than past Call of Duties. Like it didn't take you 4 hours to get through. It took you,
What was it? Probably closer to 8 or 9.
it was a little bit longer, which was really cool. So hopefully it's on that side of things. But I mean, there's a lot of potential here to have a really good Call of Duty story. And I just hope they pull it off in a, non-confusing way. I hope that the characters are really cool. And just overall, they think of very unique and fun missions to do.
One thing that I'm kind of, at least for me personally, what I'm doing is, when Black Ops 2 got announced and they would talk about Black Ops 2, I kind of didn't give a crap about that game. I kind of purchased it on a whim. Like, I kind of bought Black Ops 2 just to play zombies when I initially purchased it. And then that game ended up surprising me, and I ended up putting probably the most time that I'd put in a Call of Duty probably since Modern Warfare 2 into that game. And then so kind of I was riding that high when Ghost came out, so I had a lot of high expectations for Ghosts, and then Ghosts didn't meet up to those expectations. So I feel like this time around, at least me personally, I'm not really getting my hopes up. That's not something I'm fixating on coming up. It might be something that maybe when it gets a little bit closer to it coming out, I'll be like, all right, I'll drop the $5. I'll pre-order it, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas I think a little bit more later on, I might, and then I'll get it maybe shortly after it comes out, and that'll be like it. But I'm not getting. Oh my God! There's a new Call of Duty coming out. I'm not getting like.
Yeah, this isn't a day one purchase for me, just because also there's so many other games coming out this fall that I'd rather play over this.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can see myself definitely playing this eventually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean it's
For sure.
I mean, from the trailer, it looks like vehicles are going to possibly play a bigger part, at least in the campaign.
because they had hover bikes.
They have hover bikes and a lot of a lot of interesting concepts that they are going to try to pull off, and I really want Sledgehammer to pull off these ideas. But again, most people don't buy Call of Duty for the campaign anyway; they buy it for the multiplayer. So figuring out how they're going to work those ideas and those concepts, like the hover bikes and the exosuits. Because of the things that you can do with the exosuits, or at least that they were showing in the trailer, they're going to need a lot more verticality to the multiplayer maps.
Yeah, probably.
They're
if
going to need to
that's
do
part
some,
of the multiplayer.
yeah.
Like the stick gloves that could just be for a couple campaigns.
And if it's not, that's wasted potential.
Yeah.
Like that could be really cool.
I mean,
to have
from what they
vertical
showed
maps.
in the trailer, the exosuit plays a huge part
Yeah.
in this
Yeah.
game, or at least in the campaign. So, at least in my opinion, they should at least find some way to merge it with the multiplayer. Maybe make your multiplayer exosuit customizable if you want to be a little more mobile. Give it the jumping ability and whatnot. Or maybe make it a little more armored or something like that.
That makes it really funny though, because then it's kind of, and this is good referencing another video. This is kind of going with what I said when I was talking about Titanfall, where kind of these more parkour shooters are becoming the norm. If they add this to the game, they're gonna have to.
Yeah.
Like that, they basically you're gonna be playing this game as a parkour shooter, and it's gonna change how you play Call of Duty, if they add that.
which
That's-
could be really cool.
Which
Yeah.
could be cool, and which then, like I said, boom, that's the future, is these parkour shooters. Because then, Titanfall does it, that might not mean anything. Call of Duty does it, everybody's gonna fucking do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really. I'm hoping. I mean, at least on the multiplayer side. I mean, adding verticality or some parkour element could be really cool, and could definitely spice things up more than past Call of Duties. But just something that's there that's just really, really awesome.
How about a cover system? Because, I mean, almost every shooter nowadays has some sort of cover system, except for Call of Duty.
Well, there's a lean system, which could be
There's the
variants into
lean
that.
system, but again, you're
Yeah.
kind of like... To me, like, the lean system and whatnot, it really never made sense to me playing Call of Duty. It's like, playing Gears of War, there's a cover system. Playing Ghost Recon, there is a cover system. Almost any other shooter has
It's
some
mostly
sort of cover
third-person shooters that have cover systems, though. Mostly third-person shooters that have cover systems.
Killzone has a cover system. Battlefield sort of does.
system. Yeah.
No one really uses it though. Like if you're behind cover, you can pop up and lean and all that stuff, but there's not like a dedicated button that will lock you to cover or something. I
Yeah.
feel you that a cover system could be pretty cool.
It makes sense for a shooter
But-
to have it, but...
Also,
That's just me.
Call of Duty's a little bit more of a run and gun shooter, so
Yeah.
I don't know how much people would use it at all.
Because you can get flanked, and then if you're stuck to the cover, you're screwed. Cover is more for the more tactical shooters,
Yeah.
And,
whereas this is a lot
and Call
more.
of Duty has never been really a tactical game, unfortunately.
It's been a run and gun, and one person tears up, and all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff. But
I would like to have bigger multiplayer matches. I mean,
especially if they keep the bigger map ideas, that they
And
had in
especially
games.
with the
Yeah,
new
definitely.
systems. The new systems, I expect to see at least 12 to 16 person matches.
I was gonna say I would want at least at the very least, like 16v16 every single match.
Yeah.
That would just picture Call of Duty like that. That would be so cool.
And then it'd be 20v20 would be the
Yeah.
new ground war.
Because
you know?
that was the problem I think that Call of Duty Ghosts had. Was
Oh, yeah.
like, there's these we made these huge maps, but there's only
12
people on the map at all times.
Yeah.
There's only 6 people on a team. For
I
maps
think-
those big, you need bigger teams.
I think keeping the whole squad point system that Ghost had could be definitely a benefit, because that was pretty cool. That was neat how you got squad points and you basically could unlock anything from the start. And you know, how you can outfit
Yeah.
your guy. That was something that Ghost did that was pretty cool.
Like, here's a
I
weapon
enjoyed.
that's really cool and really great for the style you want to play, but hey, you can't use it until you're this rank, which is
Yeah.
stupid in my opinion.
Destructible maps, I feel, is something that should be there. I'm not talking about a log rolling down a hill, a tree falling on you, a
Just
earthquake, tremors. That's not dynamic. And Call of Duty Ghosts did not have dynamic maps at all.
Which was something that
The only one that they had that was even remotely cool was Strike Zone, and that was just because you could nuke the hell out of that map, and then it was just gone.
Yeah. But, like, seriously dynamic maps or something, you know? If you're going to have an earthquake with tremors, why not split the map in half or something? You know?
Half streets cracked open and shit like that.
Yeah, if you're going to have a map where it's raining, why not have a really strong hurricane come through and all of a sudden you can't see shit in front of you and it's just intense and you got water running down your face and everything, you know? Something like that.
Or on the flood map, where it just opens up new areas and cuts off old areas.
Yeah.
Makes higher areas even more accessible.
I'm not talking about... They don't have to have Battlefield 4 skyscrapers falling down and completely blowing the shit, but just something that is very cool that can really change how the match is played, how the map is played, could just really work.
And maybe don't even make it happen every match.
Yeah.
Maybe have something, like, have a couple different things that could happen on a certain map.
And it's all
randomize it.
Yeah. That could certainly be very cool as well.
That way...
Something like that could be definitely a little bit fresh.
I like the squad point system, but I don't know. I almost feel like you lose a little bit. Like, I like the whole squads thing, but I almost kind of wish that it was a little more tamed from Ghost. It seemed like Ghost, you had so many options that it kind of almost didn't matter anything. Whereas Black Ops 2, I kind of liked it a little bit more because you still had to unlock each weapon, and then you still had to go through and unlock all the stuff. Whereas in Ghost, it was more like you unlock the gun, and then you get the points, and then you can kind of just get whatever attachment you want for the gun. I was like, that kind of loses like the whole you have to build up to get the really good attachments.
And bring back from Black Ops 2 weapon prestiging and weapon levels.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Hell, you're like, I really want, what was it, like a gold shotgun. I'm going to get my gold shotgun and then I'm going to kill people with my gold shotgun and be like,
Yeah.
bitches, look what I got.
I think,
you know, that was pretty cool. Or, you know, just bring that back. That was just awesome.
Black Ops 2 was the first and only time I ever prestiged in a Call of Duty game.
Yeah. It's the first
Because-
time I prestiged in a while.
I mean, that was probably the first Call of Duty game besides Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2, because I sank a good chunk of time into those that I really sat down and played a hell of a lot of.
Yeah, I also kind of almost want the kill and score streak, the scoring system to be more like Black Ops 2.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
Just because they kind of blanketed it in Ghosts, where now everything was more points. Where for a kill you got 1 point, a score point, and then and I don't know, they just kind of messed it up. Whereas Black Ops 2, it's like, hey, you're playing the objective, you get more points than somebody who's not playing the objective. You know, things like that.
And I feel that Black Ops 2 system rewarded everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like that's one of the reasons I did better in Black Ops 2 is because I'm not a great player of first-person shooters. I was never, going on tears and just wrecking people. Yeah, I went on streaks, but it was never 20 kills and 1 death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was good at I got a ton of assists. I played the objective most of the time. So
Like one of the things that I think made so much sense was kill streaks. They still count toward your kills. It's just that you don't get as many points for it.
yeah,
That made so much sense. So like things like that need to be
Yeah.
brought back.
Yeah, definitely. You know, so
Sledgehammer has a lot to prove.
But I feel like they made Modern Warfare 3's campaign, which is one of my personal favorite Call of Duty. It's probably, besides the first Modern Warfare, my second favorite Call of Duty campaign. So at least on that side, I feel like they can do a good job. But I'm interested. I'm curious on what's gonna
yeah,
happen.
when they reveal the multiplayer, we might make a video on that or something. Definitely will be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm also interested in what that third mode's going to be that every Call of Duty has. Like Black Ops has zombies. Ghost has
Extinction.
Squad. And yeah, Extinction.
Squads mode.
/ Extinction.
Yeah, mostly Extinction. I'm interested in what that will be.
And Survival and Modern Warfare 3. What if they bring back Survival? That'd be cool. Just bring,
Yeah.
because since they did work on Modern Warfare 3, Survival. I miss Survival so
And
much.
one
Yeah,
thing
me
that
too.
I feel like they should put in there because it seems stupid to not have it was Spec Ops.
Yeah, Spec Ops would be cool.
How about just a full-blown co-op campaign?
Yes.
That'd
Yeah,
be
right?
awesome.
'Cause, you know-
Or just play through the campaign, but you can play a co-op.
Yeah, I've done that since World War. Do it. That's what people want.
Yeah.
I mean,
That'd be awesome.
people have literally been begging for that since World War.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But nobody listens. Sledgehammer.
Listen,
Be the first developer to actually listen to the fans of the game.
Yep.
And take our feedback and use it.
Yep. So, this game will probably sell a bajillion copies. So yeah,
It'll
it
probably
comes
break
out.
sales records.
We'll probably play it eventually. And so, listener
Bye.
thoughts. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.